The halftime activities of the 1986 Public League Basketball Championship game is brought to you in part by Jewel, always looking for new and better ways to serve you better.
What you're looking at here is Irvin Small, the talented senior for Simeon. Herb, he's still in a lot of pain.
I would, at this point, this is his senior year, and and he's, you know, you would hate to see a player have any injury, but certainly one not that would influence the outcome of a championship game. I hope that it's a minor injury and he's able to come back in because he's invaluable to the Simeon inside game.
There you look at the percentages, which, just like the score, you can't get much more even than that.
Look at the free throw percentage for King.
Yeah, that's obviously the one serious disparity there, and that's kept Simeon in. The leading scorers at this point, Nick Anderson has 10 for Simeon, and Marcus Liberty has 11 for King. There you see Liberty. Reggie King was 6. Nobody's in foul trouble, and that's certainly good for both teams.
One little surprise, though, Tim. I think Simeon has 10 rebounds and King has 8. That's kind of surprise when you consider the size of the two teams.
That's true.
I think it'll be interesting to see if King can come out with the same emotion that they came out with the first quarter and the first half. Simeon's been steady the whole game. It's interesting. It'd be interesting to see if King can rise to that level again.
It's interesting also that Irvin Small finished the first half. He came back in with that cut over his eye, but he is not coming out to start the second half. His place being taken by Eric David. And Simeon will have the ball in the first chance to break this tie.
I think it's a big boy.
I think if what Coach Hambrick would like to see, if his team can kind of even hold their own until without Small. If they can do it without him, fine. If they can't, well, then he's going to have to put him back in the game if the injury will permit.
Emmett Lynch going for the steal there for King. You would think if they're going to get him ready to play, they had a lot of time at halftime in which to do it, but they were not able to get him patched up. This is Nick Anderson taking it out. Alan Gordon now has the ball at the point over to Dion Butler.
Teams look kind of cold. Neither one of them came out and shot at the half for too long, and sitting in at halftime can really get you kind of stiff.
Well, Mark Bradley got the foul as he went for the basket on the baseline. It looks like a shooting foul. You know, Herb, it's hard to get work done around this table here with all the people asking Isaiah for his autograph all the time. Here, I thought they were asking for yours, Herb.
No, I was on the south side of Chicago. Isaiah has been worldwide.
Hey, the south side is worldwide sometimes, especially right now with the way Simeon and King are playing basketball. Mark Bradley with the first free throw to break the tie. It's 24-23 Simeon.
Well, Herb, you put enough basketball players in the world. You're worldwide.
Thanks for being gracious, Isaiah.
Bradley's second free throw off the front rim, no good. Controlled by Lavertus Robinson. King with the ball, working on a one-point deficit now. Simeon has led very few times during this game. Reggie King is a good-looking guard, Herb. I think his big guys down underneath get so much attention. I like the way he plays.
He has done very well with the attack, and then he made one.
Penetrates and passes off to Lavertus Robinson for the easy layup.
That's
King's
exactly
back on top.
Exactly what you're mentioning, Tim. That's his contribution.
Against that zone, they're able to penetrate and dish off.
Alan Gordon dishes off, but Eric David can't get the handle off his knee and out of bounds. Naturally frustrated with himself as King now has the lead and the ball. 25-24, 6:47 left. Reggie King dribbles away from the trap, and he's fouled by Dion Butler. That's an unusual foul for Dion Butler. He usually has better control of himself.
It seems like they're starting out just the way they did the first half. Kind of not quite into it, and the intensity is not there. A little bit slow getting started.
There's another shot of Irvin Small.
You think that's because maybe they set so much at the half and didn't get a good warm-up?
I think that's very possible, Isaiah. It was a long halftime. Well, Eric David went for the ball and got a little bit of Lavertus Robinson instead.
Now, is that a shooting foul, or are you taking that out?
I think he's going to give him a 1-and-1.
Boy, he had his back to the basket.
Yes.
And they're going to make it
I think he's jumping up to shoot that.
It's awfully close.
Only you jump up and shoot your basket to your back to the basket.
That's a shot.
And it's good. Oh, it's up off over the backboard.
That's the
Ball
one
to
they need.
Simeon.
That's the one they need. If Liberty hits that one, as you said, Isaiah, I think really Simeon's in for a long afternoon. If they're allowed to pack it back in, give him that, he doesn't penalize him, is what I call it. If he doesn't punish him for it, then they can play their game.
Simeon's made a shift the way they're attacking the zone press now. They've put Anderson at the top when they're attacking the press in the backcourt.
Anderson almost threw that one away, but Mark Bradley got it. Off the rim, no good. Back and knocked out. There was a foul called on Marcus Liberty.
I think that's goaltending.
Well, Simeon wants the goaltending call.
That was a goaltending. It had hit the backboard.
But so far the officials are, no, it's a two-shot foul, no goaltending.
I don't know. I think that had hit the backboard.
Well, let's take another look at it. It's Bradley with the...
That's on the board in the block. That's goaltending.
See, now he wants to referee as well as coach.
Well, it is.
You're right, absolutely. I can't argue with you. But I think it's fair to say these officials have done a very good job.
Oh, very good.
And I'm not just being a homer when we say that. I really think it's been a well-officiated game.
I think probably
that
why
call notwithstanding.
Yeah, he couldn't see the goaltending because the outside official made the call, so he wasn't able to see the goaltending call also.
Well, Simeon's just jumped back out in front, 26-25. With a pair of free throws.
Got to throw over the top of that press.
Really, it may not be the best basketball game we've ever seen, Herb, but it's sure been a good one, and it's been just as evenly matched as any of us could have asked for.
I think that's exactly what everyone in Illinois has expected. That
Sure.
the city champion should really come down to this game.
Get in there.
Liberty didn't get the ball to roll down, but he did get the foul.
You know, one thing that we have not touched on yet is the fact that Simeon's size is really working the Kings front backcourt very hard. And they got that ball. They penetrated very easily with that ball inside the paint.
Yeah.
If they're permitted to continue to do that, it's going to be a difficult road, particularly if Liberty hits one from the free throw line.
I think Simeon respects King's ability to hit from the outside, and that's what's really drawing the zone out so far.
Emmett Lynch tried to penetrate. His shot was no good, but King retained possession. There's Marcus Liberty.
Oh.
And there's the basket.
Isaiah, you're very familiar with the finger roll, right?
Beautiful finger roll, 27-26 King, and Irvin Small is at the scorer's bench.
Look like he's been going down to the stadium watching George Gervin scoop it up there.
Here's Anderson working the baseline, shooting.
Good
Long, no
defense.
good. David
help.
Weatherall with the rebound.
Good help defense.
Well, Bob Hambrick figures he's got to get his big man back in. This is Lynch. Back out to King in deep.
Oh,
Lavertus
free throw line.
Robinson wheels, fires. No good, but a foul called. Apparently on Deion Butler.
Liberty's open all night at the corner of the free throw line when they swing it deep down in the corner with a cross-court pass over the top of the zone.
And there you see Irvin Small coming back into the game. The big man for Simeon, desperately needed on defense and on offense.
I wonder if 24 is going to get a layup this time. He's been sneaking in there the last 3 plays. No Anderson caught him this time.
Reggie King, he's stuffed by Nick Anderson, but Liberty gets the ball. It's poked away to Lynch. Reggie King setting up the King attack. Alan Gordon pressuring him. This is David Weatherall looking in deep. Nothing there. King being patient at this point. Alan Gordon with the steal. And down quickly, but Marcus Liberty steals it right back. Turnover. Here's David Weatherall. Shoots, hits. King by 3, 29-26.
Look long to Anderson. They got 2-on-1 in the back. Cross court. There you go.
There it is, Irvin Small. Oh my goodness, it looked like he was wide open, but he brought the basketball over to the left side, and he's hurting again.
Good pass.
He's apparently had that eye nicked again. He did force Lavertus Robinson into his 3rd foul of the game, but Irvin Small, without any question, Herb, is just not able to perform up to his levels.
Not at all. And we really hate to see that in a game of this scope.
I wasn't sure why he brought the ball over to the left, except that he's got that thing over his right eye, and maybe he wanted to get over there to the left side and
get a better
view, yeah. His first free throw is perfect.
He's a senior. He knows this is his last chance. You know, this is the game of his life.
Your
He's
comment
not
was
going to sit down.
Yeah, your comment was if he broke his leg, he'd probably be out there playing.
Definitely.
This one's an air ball. So he makes one of two and cuts the King lead to 2 points, 29-27 with 3:59 to go. We've got a great game, and there's still more to come.
How you doing?
Fill it up.
Amoco Premium Lead-Free, please.
Oh, you know your gasoline.
Daddy says it's tough enough for the city.
Your daddy's right.
Amoco Premium Lead-Free is the high-quality gasoline that's tough enough for city driving. It gives you the power you need to get the performance you want.
Amoco Premium Lead-Free, tough enough for city. Amoco.
Car get you any trouble?
No.
But that truck did.
Truck? What truck?
When there's full-size work to do, nothing works like full-size Chevy trucks.
Well, I get up early, out to make a buck. Me and my hard-working Chevy truck. A cup of coffee, breakfast on the run. We got a job and we gotta get it done. I'm working every day with my Chevy truck. I'm working. Nothing works like a Chevy truck.
And we're back live at the Pavilion with 3:59 to play in the third quarter. 2-point basketball game. It's interesting, Herb. Simeon, no field goals this quarter.
They had a very fine pass there, an opportunity on the last pass from Deion Butler. I think if we get down to a 1 or 2 point ball game, it's that intensity and that fast movement that Alan Gordon and Deion Butler contributes that may cause just that last little bit of a rise in the performance level that might get Simeon over the hump. Let's hope that Small is not permanently affected.
I certainly share that hope. Isaiah, we have two teams that average 70, 80 points a game. Now we're talking 29-27 here. Obviously, when so much is at stake, they tighten up a little bit, play a little more careful on defense.
Everybody's playing really cautious. And, you know, and then you got to take into account that these are really the top two teams playing here in the city. And they're not playing against, you know, bad teams. These are two good basketball teams playing.
They're playing great defense. There was no caution there.
Good pass. Good
right
pass.
Inside, Irvin Small. Oh, that's a big confidence builder for him to get that one down. First field goal of the second half for Simeon.
They started the same way they started the first half. They didn't score. They didn't get a good shot. They took a timeout. They come out, get a good shot. And now you'll see how well King responds again.
Now Irvin Small with a chance to put Simeon back out in front. And you would think, Herb, that the defending champion, undefeated Simeon would be the one to get out of the box quickly in each half, but it's been just the opposite.
That's when you're the underdog and they've lost, they haven't been in this game before. And he's been knocking at the door and never a chance to get in. So maybe the fact that he gave them a little extra pumping up.
Talking about King.
Yes.
That's right.
Simeon's in a man-to-man, and now it'd be easy to drive around guys. Oh, but it's a block.
Irvin Small really asserting himself on defense as well as on offense.
He say, this may be my last game, buddy. Don't bring it in here.
Carry it back the way you got it from.
Not tonight.
That's right. Get that cheap stuff out of there.
Not tonight.
Irvin Small with a dynamic rejection. Emmett Lynch back to Liberty. Deion Butler nearly stealing.
Now they're back to his zone again.
That's one of a number of ways that Simeon has attained the success that they have. They can move from a man-to-man to a zone. They can bring three-quarters, full court, or from inline to inline, and that's what they've demonstrated in this game. That's one of some of the reasons why they've been so successful.
Landon Cox has gone to the spread offense here for King to draw him back out of that zone, I guess. Maybe he likes seeing that man-to-man. Inside to Robinson. They don't see David Weatherall in there at all, Isaiah. Number 24 for King. He's been cutting all day long underneath the basket. He can't buy a pass.
I think they see him, but the problem is that they're making every pass over the top of their head instead of using a nice, simple bounce pass. So therefore, they can't get the ball to him because their hands are up.
There's a bounce pass from Marcus Liberty to Reggie King, and another one back to Liberty. We're still tied at 29 with 2:08 left in the third quarter. Robinson almost too long.
See, he can't make that pass to him. He's standing down there under the baseline wide open, but he can't make the pass because he's standing straight up with the ball over his head, and you get a tip ball trying to go over the top.
And there's the turnover. Eric David picked it up.
It's just as you indicated, Isaiah, all the passes has what we call air in it. It's a bubble in it. They can run under it, put their hands over it. Doesn't have enough zip on it to get to the man before the opposing defender gets it.
All right, this is Simeon with a chance to take the lead.
He's got
Deion Butler in low to Irvin Small, and he hits it. Irvin Small, the story of this game so far.
That was a good pump fake. He pump fake. He acted as if he was going to shoot the ball and dropped it down to him right in the middle.
King in a hurry. Liberty puts it up from way out. In and out. Simeon with the rebound. He got all the rim that time, and it popped right out. And Simeon now has a chance to take its biggest lead of the game. They're up by 2 now. And now Simeon's going to play keep away.
They go up 4. I don't know if King will be able to respond and come back because it looks as if they're not playing with nearly as much emotion as they played with the first quarter.
Irvin Small, and there's the steal. Emmett Lynch going all the way. Gets it.
Good thing they didn't score there.
Or if you're on the opposing team, good thing they did score there.
That's true. Well, I'm just... okay.
Well, Emmett Lynch just tied the game, and Eric David loses the ball. And back comes Lynch again.
4-1.
Up and in. What a dramatic turnaround.
Isaiah, we can't count them out yet.
No.
My goodness, 23 seconds left in the third quarter, and now King, just like that, with 2 quick baskets from Emmett Lynch, is taking a 2-point lead.
Throughout the whole game, Simeon hasn't been getting back on defense, and that's been enabling them to fast break a lot. If Simeon starts missing a lot of shots, don't be surprised if you see King run off for 2 or 3 more fast breaks.
Here we are, 3, 2, 1. Dish off by Butler. Small with the shot. And he gets the roll. No basket. No basket. Bob Hambrick can't believe it, but the basket's been ruled no good. And King still sits on that 33-31 lead. What a game. At the end of 3 quarters, Simeon.
What can you buy with $1.95? You can buy a box of jumbo crayons. Or a half pound of coffee. Or a goldfish. Or all the electricity the average residential Commonwealth Edison customer uses in a whole day. That's what you can buy with $1.95.
WGCI 107.5 FM. More music, 12 heavy hits in a row.
We are the best, shuttling crew, shuttling on down, good and free.
WGCI 24 hours, commercial-free Mondays. More music, more money on 107.5 FM, WGCI.
I feel good.
WGCI 107.5 FM, 12 heavy hits in a row. Count 'em.
McDonald's hot food cooking. Hand warmers hot, hot, hot. Big Mac quarter pounder, chicken McNuggets fries, hot, hot. And McDLT hot stuff. When you get a taste for something good and hot, 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 hot. Come and get it at Mickey D's. It's so hot, hand warming hot. You're gonna love it a lot. It's a good time for the great taste.
What a day that was. We wanted to sell our house fast and for the right price, but Kim from our Century 21 office kept saying, don't worry, and she just wouldn't give up.
And then on the worst day ever, she brought us the best offer of all. How do you find people like that?
The Century 21 Real Estate Corporation, a member of the Metropolitan Life family of companies.
This is what turned the game around, and Isaiah, Turnover,
Well, he uses a speed dribble right here, which is very important. You know, he pushed it out in front of him instead of bouncing it 2 times. And here you got a 4-on-1 fast break. You know, the Simeon guy's got to get back.
Herb, he wasn't going to trust that to his left hand.
Not at all.
That's too big a basket. Let's go for the one I've been
we got to be
life.
sure. What led to that, though, was the, you know, I think we kind of read that the confidence level had kind of fallen for King. They were 2 points down, and it appeared as though Simeon's confidence had reached a point where they were about ready to take command of the game. We get 2 quick steals, 2 turnovers, 2 baskets for King. Now we got a whale of a game again.
Well, we sure do. King's leading at 33-31. 8 minutes of basketball left. The season is over in 8 minutes for somebody. And the winner's going to go downstate. You coached the state championship team, Herb. I'm sure you're here to say that's a magnificent experience.
Oh, it's a lot of goosebumps and pimples and just about everything going on out there.
Reggie King all by himself, and he hits the ball on Ernest Robinson.
It's his game. It's his game. He's controlling it now. Controlling the tempo. He's setting guys up.
Oh my goodness.
They're in a man-to-man defense, so he should be able to penetrate very easily and dish off to those guys, such as he just did.
That was an Isaiah Thomas move, and it was a big one. 35-31, King by 4. And Simeon's got to get back right now. Alan Gordon from way out, no good. Nick Anderson with a rebound, loses control. Emmett Lynch picks it up. Oh my, 7:09 to go in the basketball game.
Here he comes again. They're in a man-to-man. I look for him to try to do the same thing again. Back cut.
Marcus Liberty gets the one inside. And can't get the basket, but he got the foul.
That's where to start.
See, here he penetrates. He goes up in the air. He draws both defenders and dishes it back. Easy layup.
He drew 3 defenders there, and well, we don't want to keep knocking on the same door, but Reggie King has certainly earned our admiration. He's performed beautifully. Marcus Liberty with 13 points today, and now 14.
Did you notice the way he shot that ball, Tim? It was with confidence. He stood at the line, took his dribble, looked at the basket, released the ball.
King's playing with a lot of confidence now, and they're playing with still a 5-point lead as Liberty couldn't get that second free throw to drop.
Anderson's got to get a shot. He's got to be the guy they go to.
Well,
he's got to get a shot.
For him. King's now on a 7-point roll here. Simeon hasn't scored for quite some time.
Weak side, there he is, weak side, all the way, weak side, swing it quick.
Well, they're just being a little too deliberate and letting that King defense get back in position. Emmett Lynch again into King. He's fouled. Oh, he was not fouled. I beg your pardon, I called that one before the official did. Whoa, that was a tough call.
Oh, another
steal by Weatherall. Turnover, back to Simeon. Action hot and heavy right now with King still leading 36-31.
Anderson's got to get a shot.
My goodness, Herb, that basket goes down here, and we got real trouble for Simeon.
There he is.
Now what's going to happen? A big scramble, and they're going to call it a jump ball. And possession was going Simeon's way.
And if you notice, he put it down the same as you indicated earlier, Isaiah. The big men cannot put the ball on the floor down low under the basket. It makes them all the same size. The little men become 6'7".
Yeah. It's interesting. The reason why they're not getting enough shots.
And here's another turnover. Emmett Lynch pushing it forward and getting it on. Rolled off the rim, but Liberty has the rebound, and he missed. Oh, my goodness, what a critical mistake right there.
They got a 4-on-2 here.
Nick
Good
Anderson,
pass. Big bucket right there.
What a turnaround.
King had a chance.
2-on-0. Oh! And if you remember earlier in the game, we spoke to the fact that if they get an opportunity or when they have opportunities like that, because of their size and position, they must take advantage.
Well, they didn't. And so instead of being up by 8, they're now up by just 3. By 7, I should say. Well, we still got a great game, 36-33.
They called the offensive foul. King took them off with a
Welcome to the Ambassador West. During the week, captains of industry assembled their troops here to inspire great achievement, from 10 to 1,000 in number. While upstairs, still another Ambassador West amenity, the sleeping room. For parents and otherwise weary adults requiring a weekend of escape, the Gold Coast tradition continues. Weekends at the Ambassador West.
We're not celebrating with dinner for two. Not even a singing telegram.
Happy anniversary.
Instead, we're having the biggest anniversary sale in Carpetland's history. It only happens once a year, and this is it. The lowest prices of the season guaranteed. Like sculptured heavy-duty Enso nylon cut and loop, now just $9.99 a square yard. No, we're not sending flowers, but you'll get our anniversary sale circular loaded with bonus coupons worth up to $200 in extra savings. And don't forget to ask about $1,500 instant credit.
Well, up to this point, the most critical stage of the game. Emmett Lynch had made a couple of these breakaways, Isaiah, but he missed that one.
Yeah. I think he just jumped too far away from the basket and tried to glide in instead of going all the way in. But the other play was at the end of the court where this guy just pulled the defender and just across court.
Right.
That's a big bucket for Anderson because he needed it. I think that's the second time maybe he's touched the ball this quarter.
Well, Landon Cox looks troubled, and he probably should be after that last exchange, but he's still sitting on a three-point lead.
8-point lead with 5:20 to go, Tim, is a lot better than a 3-point lead with 5:20 to go.
King's got to keep the emotion up.
Well, everybody in this crowd has got emotion up. Irvin Small into Alan Gordon.
See, every pass is over the top. If they fake up top and bounce pass it low, a guy will have a wide open shot.
And low, Nick Anderson can't find the handle, and he's got an offensive foul.
24 is so pumped. He's juiced. Look at him.
That's David Weatherall, and he's played most of this game instead of Kevin Williams, the big 6'8 transfer from New York.
He's got to make several big plays in this game. Look at him. He's just bouncing and jumping.
He was in perfect position for Nick Anderson to inflict a foul. And here comes
3-on-1.
Liberty.
There he is.
Weatherall.
Ooh, good.
No basket. No basket. He's called for the walk.
Look at him. He's so excited.
I don't blame him. Well, let's see if we can pick it up, Herb.
There he is. He's going in, and really it's... Let's say it's questionable. It's a tough call. It's a tough call, Tim.
And another key omission as far as King is concerned. Wow, it's Irvin Small.
Look down court.
Irvin Small rejected by Marcus Liberty, and now Liberty
got a
has the ball.
4-on-3 now.
And another call this time. The foul's on Alan Gordon.
I think 24 has really rubbed off on the guys. He's really, really exciting, and he's getting everybody else excited. And that's brought everybody else's energy level back up again.
Isaiah, you recognize your contribution, whether it's on the pro level or the high school level, don't you? That's one of your main contributions, in addition to your play.
King, it seems, Herb, just itching to blow this one open. They've had a couple of great opportunities. This free throw from Robinson makes it a 4-point lead, but we still have 4:31 left to play.
And that's an eternity in basketball.
This one's good, too, and it's 38-33. Bob Hambrick going with experience now. He has Eric David, a senior, in for Mark Bradley, a junior. And that's probably why Landon Cox is sticking with Weatherall. Not only is he inspiring the team, but he has got experience. This is Simeon trying to figure out what to do about this 5-point deficit.
If they dribble right to the heart of the zone, pump up and bounce pass it low, I guarantee your guy have a shot.
They've had trouble finding many openings in that defense.
Down, good.
Feeds to Small, good. Irvin Small with a basket, and he's been the story for Simeon in this second half. Playing beautifully despite that cut over his eye. Here comes King in a hurry. Reggie King pulls it back. Liberty in the corner. Liberty one-on-one to Lavertus Robinson.
I think it was an excellent move to bring Simeon out of the zone by King's coach.
Reggie King all the way! all the way, all by himself, unmolested. Keon Butler very upset with himself for the defensive lapse, and Simeon now down by 5 again, 40-35 with 3:20 left.
Reggie King has taken advantage of a number of mistakes that they made, both offensively and defensively.
Alan Gordon to Irvin Small for the basket.
See, with King's quickness and good athletic ability, by them having to face guys one-on-one, that's what they do every day in the playground.
It's a 3-point game, and Simeon man-to-man all over the floor.
The way Reggie King handles the ball, he can go by me.
Oh, my goodness.
If I was out there.
Just as you said that, he threw the ball to the King bench, and he can't believe he did that. 40-37.
That's okay. You can still handle it.
All the coach tells you out there is we'll just go get it back. That's all.
That's all.
All right, Simeon with a chance to cut the lead to 1.
There it is.
Alan Gordon couldn't get the shot off. Tough defense by King. Keon Butler feeds it off. We've got a call inside, and it's on Reggie King.
Anderson's got to get more aggressive offensively. He's too passive right now, and he's the guy who's got to make the plays for him. And right now, he's not getting the ball in places where he likes to get it.
I think Isaiah is clairvoyant, Herb. I was just going to say, Anderson looks like he's sleepwalking a bit today.
Right, I agree.
I don't understand it.
I agree. He's made several mistakes with the ball. He had his last shot blocked.
But I think it's mainly because of the passes, the way he's catching the ball. Everything is a lob pass over the top, and by the time he gets the ball, the defense has reacted. Whether if it was a sharp pass, bounce pass, or chest pass, he would get the ball in time enough to make a move.
Butler missed his free throw, and King controls. Laverdis Robinson brings it out quickly. Down to Liberty.
4-on-1.
Oh, Liberty didn't pass it. He just took it in and missed. And Irvin Small, oh my goodness. And I'm trying to figure out what they've called here.
They called a traveling call.
They call it on Small?
But prior to that, they had 4-on-1 again.
Marcus Liberty definitely had the pass and elected to take it in himself and then missed the real easy shot, actually.
In addition, he had the ball on the left side of the basket, and he crossed over the basket and took 2 extra steps. It made the shot more difficult because it took more time.
Isaiah, we've had at least 5 instances now, beginning with the beginning of the game, where King had easy baskets that they could have converted and didn't, and that's why we have a 40-38 score now. And Simeon definitely not out of it, obviously, down by 2. And I guess those are the kind of things that you figure would make King maybe crack. But so far, Herb, they're hanging tough.
And I expect that we're going to have a nail bite. We have a nail bite, and they're going to get shorter and shorter as we get down to those 3 zeros on the scoreboard.
But I think King's missing a lot of opportunities on the fast break simply because guys are running the lane so close to the basketball, and it enables one guy to literally guard 4 people. Whereas if the guys running the lane would spread out, it would be much easier for them to make the pass and get a layup.
I think also, Isaiah, we found that if the guy on the wing would put the ball to the man in the middle of the floor, that might also help.
Definitely.
Irvin Small spent the whole time out with that compress over his eye. He's apparently still got bleeding, and it's bothering him a great deal, but he's playing a very courageous game. Incidentally, no matter what happens to Simeon in this game, they've already got 1 championship wrapped up. Their sophomore team beat Robeson earlier today, 54-34. Simeon sophomores undefeated, I believe, this year, right, Herb Brown?
They can't lose any. They haven't lost any up to this point.
There you see them. Yeah, they absolutely shined in that performance against Robeson. Now we're back live.
Too bad we don't
24,
have
there he is.
We'd send them downstate.
He snuck in. They didn't see him.
Well, one of these minutes, they're going to find David Weatherall loose under there. Right now, King's got a 2-point lead, the ball, and they get it in low to Robinson. Guarded by Irvin Small. And we've got a violation.
See, they're trying to make all the passes over the top instead of bounce passes or chest passes. And when you're trying to make only one kind of pass, it really limits you in what you can do.
Landon Cox extremely disturbed by that turn of events because now Simeon's got a chance to tie it up. In low, and Irvin Small can't get the handle. And I think he's got the foul. He was over top. Tough break for Irvin Small. I'm sure the bandit shades over his eye didn't help him at all in catching that pass.
Well, when he bobbled it, Reggie King has been all over the floor all day. And when he made a little bobble, Reggie King was right there to pick it up.
Well, we're going to be called upon to select our Amoco players of the game pretty soon, and what a tough assignment that's going to be. But Reggie King certainly figures right in there.
It's a bit tough because everybody on King's basketball team has really played a good basketball game.
Well, Reggie King on the spot now and on the line. His first free throw rolls and in. And King's up by 3 now with 1:52 to go, and the pressure is really on Simeon.
Simeon's got to get Anderson the ball, get him a nice, easy shot. The guard's got to penetrate, pump up, and give him a nice pass where he can do something with the basketball.
Second free throw also good. Now it's a 4-point game. King up by 4, 42-38. Jan Butler to Alan Gordon. They're working the left side this half.
There he is.
Anderson. Quick baseline move draws the foul from David Weatherall.
See, when he gets a sharp, quick pass, he's able to do so many things with the basketball. He looks like such a good athlete, can go left or right, jump, shoot, whatever. But when you lob it, you got 5 guys literally playing you.
The operating area has literally become 3 inches.
Well, these are big free throws from Nick Anderson. At least a big one, and he makes it. Now he gets the chance to shoot the other one. 42-39.
Big possession for King coming up here. I look for the little guy to try to get in and penetrate and dish off if they're in a man-to-man.
Nick Anderson's 14th point of the game, and it's now 42-40. Certainly the winner of this game, Herb, the favorite to win the state title, but that's something that nobody's even thinking about until this one's over. And it's 1 minute and 38 seconds from being over. Nick Anderson nearly got the steal, but King gets the ball.
The man-to-man pressure is causing King some troubles now. They're going to have to move.
It's Robertus Robinson dishing off to Reggie King.
He's good with that ball.
Oh, he is.
Penetrate.
He's got Jan Butler penetrates, dishes to Robinson.
Good.
Yes. 44-40 now. King by 4. And a timeout.
No, it's double dribble.
Wow, what a critical turnover. I thought he had called timeout the way the official motioned.
He took a hesitation there, Tim, and
wow.
As you indicated, we had some outstanding officiating, and Ruben Norris was right on it.
Oh, that's a tough break for Simeon. They're really up against the wall now. 44-40 with 1:12 to play.
He's handling the game. There he goes again. Oh, look at him.
Look at him. Isaiah. you must have inspired him. He's playing terrific basketball. Marcus Liberty with Nick Anderson on him. And a steal by Alan Gordon.
Good steal.
Big steal. Alan Gordon
Take the time. Good shot. Good shot. Good shot.
Gordon with the basket, and now it's a 2-point game.
Great no call. That was great no call by the official.
They have to keep the ball out of Liberty's hands.
In a lot of gyms, that's a charging foul, but they didn't give it to him, and that's the way Isaiah liked it. But this is a foul. A reach in on Urban Small. Now let's take a look at what you're talking about here. Okay, Emmett Lynch gets in there.
Because neither one of the players really had position.
If anything, he might have been able to get the 3-point play because it didn't look like Lynch had set himself.
That's a great no call by the official.
At this time of the game, I think with Liberty shooting the free throw, though he's a good free throw shooter, for controlling the ball, Isaiah, as you well know, you need to have the ball in the small people's hands who can do that best.
Definitely.
All right, Bob Hambrick's called a timeout here just as Marcus Liberty was to step to the line. There's no question he wants him to think about these. 44, 42, and 40 seconds to go. All fours, almost. And there's the King huddle.
I think he called the timeout to try to freeze Liberty. He didn't want him to.
Sure
he wants him to miss one of these free throws.
Well, he'll be shooting the 1-and-1. So if he misses the first one,
that's the one I think he wants him to miss most, Tim.
You bet you're right, absolutely. Because he won't get a chance to miss 2 of them.
But if he misses it, they got to get the rebound. You know, with the way the lane's set up here in high school, it's a lot closer to the basket. Exactly. And if it bounces long, King could possibly come up with the rebound.
Oh, boy, it's all come down to this. These two teams wanted to play each other so badly all year long. I know King really wanted a piece of Simeon. Now they got it. And they're 40 seconds away from, I guess you'd have to say it's an upset, Herb, because Simeon had the tradition and the undefeated record. But it's hard to imagine King beating anybody and calling it an upset because they are so talented.
Oh, very much so. And I'd rather, we can speculate on the end of the game. But at this point, I would be reluctant to call the winner because it appears to me that Simeon is a little fresher. They had a chance to blow it open a minute ago, and Liberty was handling the ball. And as we indicated, we think it's best for the little people to have it.
And with Anderson on the team, I would not count him out. He's going to do something to help his team win.
First free throw's good, and that's a big one.
That's a big one.
That's the big one. It's a three-point game now.
Now what they got to do is make sure they get it up quick and get a good shot and not a turnover here.
And he makes them both. King up by 4 points.
If they miss, I bet you Anderson will do something.
Oh, my goodness, he walked already. With 36 seconds to go, that could be it.
That's tough.
That seems like a lifetime to the King players at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see the man-to-man pressure and see how King responds to the inbound play.
They can make up 4 points in 36 seconds, but he won't be out.
Good steal.
Oh, not quite. Beautiful move by Libertus Robinson. And now here's King on the attack. Liberty's going to keep, oh, my goodness. Offensive foul. I don't know why he did that.
Pull it out.
No.
Exactly. Bring it back out.
Don't make that happen. But he did. He's a great player, but when you get that aggressive, sometimes you get carried away, and now Simeon's got a chance.
Well, he's a junior. He's got another year left. That's why he felt that it didn't matter at that time. But I guarantee you the seniors sitting on the bench are mad.
The foul bounced it off his foot, but what a great player.
I think Anderson might get a tip in here if they shoot it.
Irvin Small, he's on the line. He bounced the ball on the end line, and once again, another turnover.
Let's see how they set up against the man-to-man again.
21 seconds.
I think they've learned how to get it in, Tim. Let's hope. Let's see what happens.
They got to handle the ball.
All right, the officials are going to confer here for a moment. They'll take it out on the side.
Simeon was so close to getting that steal and having it be a 2-point basketball game.
Herb, is that any different being on the side as opposed to
obviously it's an advantage. It's a very definite advantage for King.
Yeah. Oh, Deion Butler just flipped Reggie King across the face.
He's the wrong guy to let get it.
If there's any voting to be done, before we get to that point, Reggie King has to be on my Amoco All-Star.
That's my man for today.
He has to be on it.
I guess we just made it unanimous.
Because he set the tempo defensively and offensively for him. He set up the big guys with so many easy shots with his sharp passing, and defensively he's been a hound.
Well, Landon Cox is going to leave him alone right now and pull all his other players off the free throw area, and he does get his first gun down. It's 47-42, and now, Herb, with 17 seconds to go, it's going to take a miracle.
Oh, yes. Bragging rights to the south side.
He missed that one. Here comes Simeon. They got 5 points to make, and they get a timeout. 15 seconds left in the game and 5 points to make up. As long as we're talking about most valuable players, I don't think you disagree with me that Irvin Small over at Simeon's going to have to get the nod there. He played with pain. He was a big factor in the second half.
When he was in the game, Tim, it was a different game. They had an inside game. He rebounded against the taller fellows, and some would say the more talented fellows of King, but he certainly made his presence felt in all aspects of the game.
So those are our Amoco players of the game for King, Reginald King, aptly named, and for Simeon, Irvin Small. And I think there are those that argue, Herb, that if Irvin had not been hurt, maybe we've got a different situation. I don't know. It had to affect him. It had to hamper him.
King's been really on top of their game this afternoon. Everybody was really emotional and high-pitched, and they were able to sustain that throughout the whole period of the basketball game. And when the point came that they did lose that, 24 came in off the bench.
David Weatherall did a great job.
He came in off the bench and gave him that lift again, and they've been able to sustain that throughout the period of the basketball game.
Isaiah, you may not have been aware, but David Weatherall was starting for King up until mid-season. Then they got a transfer in, and he sat down, but some would say they probably would have achieved as much success as they have had he been there all the time.
Well, they proved that by having him in here most of this second half. All right, here's Simeon in a hurry. Alan Gordon throws it up from the side. Long No good. Nick Anderson with the rebound. He's working short, gets the rebound, gets the basket. But now with 4 seconds to go, another Simeon timeout. It's a three-point game. They took too long getting it down.
He hustles. I like him as a player. I really like Anderson as a basketball player. He can play on my team any day. Any day.
We've got any number of college coaches here, Isaiah, and I'm sure they are all hoping that he would choose them too.
The 1986 Public League Basketball Championship game has been brought to you in part by Amoco, the premium lead-free for city driving, Chevy, Live It, and by McDonald's and the Northwest Indiana Chicagoland McDonald's owners.
Well, we're 4 seconds away from wrapping this up, Herb Brown and Isaiah Thomas, and I don't think we need to be maudlin, but we can say that it's lived up to everything we hoped it would. It's a great game, and one team is not going to deserve to lose, and one team is definitely going to deserve to win, and it's a shame that the season is over for either one of these clubs.
Maybe one day we'll come up with a way of just saying, okay, it's a tie, we'll just give right there.
That never happens in basketball, I think. Well, right away, Simeon's got the foul, and they didn't take any time off the clock. So Nick Anderson clipped Marcus Liberty. And we'll see if he misses this free throw. Simeon might be able to crank it down the court, but I don't know.
It's about 75 feet down there in 4 seconds. And then they still have about we'll probably have 2 seconds maybe, even at that point. And it's a long road to hoe, but I don't see any quitting any of the Simeon players nor the coach.
But I know Landon Cox has said, if you do anything or you do not do anything, please do not foul anybody. Because that's the only thing that gets Simeon back in the game is a careless foul.
Right. Or to have something happen where there's no time taken off the clock.
Has King ever been downstate in its history of the school?
No.
This will be the first trip.
No, you're exactly right.
And I can remember when I was at St. Joe's and the first time our school ever went downstate, and the way that school and that community rallied around us as basketball players. Teams are going to have a tough time beating them if this is going to be their first time down there. With the support that they're going to have and the good feeling that they're going to have, beating a team such as Simeon, they're going to be tough to beat.
Well, they're going because they're up now by 5 points. There's Irvin Small with the slam, but it's an anticlimax. And now here comes the real climax for King.
Isaiah, you can relate to that, can't you? You can relate to that.
Oh, everybody's hugging, kissing, they all love each other.
And that's the end of a season that had a lot of ups and downs, and hey, it's just a climax.
Even the guy you were fighting every day at school is going to come up and say, congratulations.
Well, this is a vindication for Landon Cox because he's waited a long time for this. His first city championship, the first trip downstate for King High School. And there they are, savoring it all. Bob Hambrick, classy in defeat.
They'll remember this for the rest of their life. This feeling that they have right now will carry on with them for the rest of their lives.
A magic moment for the King High School team, the fans, the cheerleaders, the parents, as you said, Isaiah, the whole community. Now, Irvin Small trying to keep his Simeon teammates up, and they deserve a lot of credit, as do all these guys on the All-Star team. Nick Anderson, Deion Butler, Lavertus Robinson, Marcus Liberty, Robert Dent, and Donnell Thomas, all fine basketball players, part of the best basketball program, some say, in the entire country. There he is, Landon Cox.
More.
And while Landon Cox is savoring his moment as the champions of the Public League, we also want to salute the cheerleading champions from Morgan Park, the Donald's Cheerleader Competition winner. They did a great job, and so did those King Jaguar players right there. A fabulous basketball game, Herb Brown.
Oh, very, very, very. And the cheerleader, the whole aura, just the whole atmosphere. The game was just the top billing. Everything else is fine.
And you were proud to be part of it, I'm sure, Isaiah.
Definitely. Like I said, I can feel the emotions and everything that these kids are having, and I can also understand the feeling that the Simeon kids are going through because I lost it my senior year to a De La Salle team. So I guess that's what they call the agony and the victory, you know.
Well, nothing but exultation for King. And for Isaiah Thomas and Herb Brown, this is Tim Weigel saying thanks for being with us, everybody, and happy basketball.